Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT network, as well as my channel, Broncos Breakdown on YouTube. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments along with yours in the chat. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, guys, before we get into the topics, let me bring the board up so you see what those topics are. You can follow along as to where we are. When we're on a particular topic, it will pop up on this side right up here. It'll be a different color all the way down, as you can see, and I will just go from there. Now, I do have a final topic that is not on the list. It's not on the list on purpose, because it is the jackass of the week. I could always put it somewhere within the segment and just go to it. So you guys stay tuned. This one is absolutely ugly. Absolutely ugly. I mean, none of them are good. Wow. This one is beyond what you just have to hang on. Keep watching the show. Don't know when it's going to pop in. It could be at the very end. It could be in between some of these other topics. All right, guys. Let's get into the very first topic. Before we do, hope each and every one of you had a fantastic week. Hope you had a very good week, a safe week, and you're looking forward to the weekend. And you stopped in on this show, Broncos Breakdown, on Friday, which I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you for doing so. Thank you so very much. All right. Very first topic is a recap of the Broncos Colts first preseason game. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about this. It's preseason. A lot of things happen in preseason. We'll get into some of that in these upcoming topics. But I do want to talk about one specific thing, or I should say one specific person, when it relates to the first preseason game. Now, a lot of people are just head over heels with Bo Nix, and I am as well to a certain degree. Now, when Bo Nix came in and relieved Jarrett Stidham, he was still playing with the Broncos number ones as well as against the Colts number ones, and he looked scared. He looked shaky. He took a hit on, I think, his first or second drop back for a pass after the handoff, because all he did was hand off the first 2 or 3 times. And then he got hit as he was throwing. He had several incompletions. He was running for his life on a couple occasions. And then, yes, with all due respect, he played fantastic for a rookie in his first NFL game, albeit preseason, still NFL game, but it was against the seconds and the thirds, not the number one team. And he looked really good. But guess what, guys? He's not going to be playing against the number one defense when it comes to the regular season. Now, this coming Sunday, 2 days away, it'll be prime time. It's going to be the Packers at the Broncos. Broncos' first home game with their, new uniforms, whatever. Anyways, first home game of 2024 preseason. And it looks like it's going to be Bo Nix to start. Now, if he does start and he goes against the number ones, let's see how he does. I'm not convinced, guys. I know it's going to be a work in progress, but I don't want it to be. I don't want to be a work in progress. We've had 8 freaking years of work in progress, and nothing's materialized. And I know they say, well, you got to be patient. How patient for how long? I've been patient for 8 freaking years. How many more? 3, 4, 5? I mean, is Bo Nix really the answer? We won't know until we see him against the ones. And I know, like I said, he has to mature. He has to, I don't know, grow up, I guess, in the NFL. Well, not every quarterback has to. You know, I go back to C.J. Stroud. He didn't have to grow up. Patrick Mahomes didn't. I mean, yes, Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. I get that. But once he got in there against the ones, I mean, the dude was lights out. And yes, there are no carbon copies of these quarterbacks I've mentioned. But if everybody's so high on Bo Nix, let's see what he can do against the Packers defense that, in my opinion, is better than the Colts. And he struggled against the Colts. Was it maybe nerves? Of course it was. But hey, if you're focused, you're focused. And he was focused against the number 2s and number 3s. But of course he's supposed to be. You know, I mean, he's a number 12 pick in the draft. He's supposed to be focused. Just didn't look like it against the number 1 defense of the Colts. Shaky? Absolutely. But did he finish strong? Yes, he did. He had some great run to his left, first down. He made a great throw to Courtland Sutton on the sideline, rolling to his left. He makes good moves. He makes good reads. He really does. But again, I emphasize that was against the 2s. That was against the 3s. Let's see how he does this Sunday against the Packers defense. And then I'll have comments the following Friday in relationship to whether he improved or whether he looked like he did against the Colts number 1s. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that game. Other than, listen to this. With Jarrett Stidham starting the first preseason game for the Broncos, he could become the 16th Broncos quarterback to start the preseason, but not start the regular season. Wow. 16? I mean, I guess you could say, well, Elway didn't start first game in the preseason, or Manning didn't start the first game in the preseason, or whomever. But 16? Wow. Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. And is he going to be on that list? In my opinion, we'll find out after what we see on Sunday against the Packers. And after that, the following week is against the Cardinals, and then we have not a bye week, but in between week, between preseason and regular season, and then the season starts. So it'll be interesting. But Bo Nix definitely has to play against the number 1s like he did against the 2s and 3s of the Colts. All right, let's get to the comments real quick before we dive into the second topic. I already did the second topic. Jarrett Stidham. Okay, I didn't see it. Sorry. I already did. Madungus Creek. How's it going, SpongeBob? You know, people are going to want to know what that reference is to. You're going to have to explain it because I kind of forgot. I know it has to do. I forgot what it was. I know it has to do with my topics or something, or the way I get it. I don't know. But I got a new nickname, I guess. Got a new nickname. Okay. Madungus Creevy says, well, if today's joint practice, any sign the Packers are in trouble because Bo tore them a new beep beep in joint practice thing. Again, joint practice, Mike. They're not going to reveal their hand, their poker face. They're not going to reveal the hand that they have. They're not going to reveal if they have any aces up their sleeve or in their hand, or a full house, or a royal flush. They're not going to reveal that. They're just going to walk through the motions, and I guarantee you it's going to be totally different defensive look come Sunday. I mean, I'm just saying, why would you reveal what you're gonna show? It just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law from Vegas, says, Bill, when he switched to the Broncos, he has been a different person. Who are you talking about? Who switched to the Broncos? What the fuck? Oh, SpongeBob. I don't know, man. Sometimes, Rudy, I got to take a grain of salt with you, man. I got to take a grain of freaking salt with you. There you go. Madungus Creevy says, if they want to know about SpongeBob, they have to tune into the neighborhood to find out. The neighborhood probably starts in, 4 weeks? We have 2 more preseason. Then we have that break. Yeah, 4 weeks. 4 weeks, it will be Broncos neighborhood. You don't want to miss it, guys. You never know what you're going to see or hear. You're not. So you just got to tune in, man. It's a blast. It really is a blast. I really enjoy doing the game. And, we talk about the game when the game is happening and there's something to talk about. But there's a whole lot of sideline stuff that you don't want to miss. You really, really don't want to miss. All right. Now, I'm going to try and get this right. We now move on to the next topic. All right. This is Courtland Sutton. Now, Courtland Sutton is very happy to still be on the Broncos. Sutton hustles with the rest of the receivers as he should. He smiles a lot. Sutton shared his feelings to 9 News Denver, and he had this to say, and I quote, "When I talked to the guys, the media, when I came back during minicamp, I was sincere when I said I miss being around the guys. I love this game so much. I love the opportunity I've been blessed to have to play in the NFL for an amazing organization like the Denver Broncos. I didn't want to miss these days. These days are the days that are going to get us to where we want to be," end quote. I love it. Absolutely love it. I never wanted Courtland Sutton to be gone. Jerry Jeudy, all right, take your attitude and head to Cleveland. Oh, I got a Cleveland story. Oh, yeah, hang on. I got a Cleveland story. But I'm glad Courtland Sutton is in Denver. I love this kid. He played great last year under very adverse conditions where he had to leap up in the air on a 50-50 ball, come down with it, keep his toes in bound because Russell Wilson didn't know what the heck Russell Wilson was doing. He was just throwing the ball up and hoping, oh, please catch it. I mean, come on, really? You can't even see over your own knees. You're that short. How are you going to see over the linemen? So, yeah, good riddance, whatever. I'm just glad Courtland Sutton is still in the Broncos because I like this kid. I really do. I liked him when I first saw him. When I first saw him, it was in 2017. Was that 2017? It had to have been. Yes, 2017. When I went to my sister's house in the LA area, and we went to the Bronco Charger game at Carson, and it was a home game for Denver, like it always is. But anyways, Courtland Sutton caught a pass from Joe Flacco down the left sideline, and he just burned it, just took off all the way for a touchdown. It was crazy. That was when I saw him in person, and ever since then, I've loved this kid. Absolutely love this kid, man. He is definitely a receiver I did not want to see Denver lose. Absolutely not. Well, there's not too many Bronco players I ever want to see them lose, but it happens. It's a business. I don't like the business aspect of it sometimes. I'll Justin Simmons, and I'll get into that too. So it's just I don't like to see any Bronco players gone, except a few. All right, back to the comments before the next topic. Kamani says, "Grandpa, what's up, Mr. Kamani? Love to see you in the chat. Thank you so much." Mark from Georgia. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Welcome to the chat. At Booty Cheeks. Love it, man. That's good. Kamani says, "Bo Nix for quarterback, Hitman Bill for president." Well, I don't know. I think we already have a couple of. I'm not going to get political, but I'm just saying I think maybe that's already been covered in regards to the president. Just moving on from that. And Madungas for VP. There you go. Mike Carson, Madungas for VP. That's awesome. Love it. Mark from Georgia said, "What's up, Bill? What's up, Mark? Nice to have you. Like I said in the chat, I haven't seen you in a while. Get close to the football. I know you guys have been busy doing different things in the summertime, family, friends, barbecues, beaches, vacation, whatever you're doing. Hey, whatever. Whether you're just staying home and doing a staycation, whatever. It's all good, man. It's all good. I just really do appreciate each and every one of you for being in the chat. I really do. Being in the chat, watching the show, listening to the show, whatever, wherever you may be, because you know what? You guys make it fun. You guys make it fun. All right, let's get back to the next topic. Let's do this right now. All right. This one involves Caden Sterns, and he has a new home. You remember the Denver Broncos released him last week. Well, it didn't take him long to find a new team, and he found a very competitive team, a very a solid team that has aspirations to get to the playoffs / Super Bowl? Here it is. Last Monday, Caden Sterns was waived by the Denver Broncos, and it didn't take him long to find a new team. The Philadelphia Eagles have signed Caden Sterns. He will be reunited with defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, who was with Denver in Sterns' 2021 rookie season. There you go. There you go. Connection. A connection. And I'll get into another connection involving Simmons. But players, when they go to certain teams, they look for continuity. They look for the next level they want to be at. But they also look towards familiar people they've been around, whether it's been coaches, players, owners, per se. I mean, that could happen. Things like that. They look for it because it's a comfortability. I mean, I've been to many different parts of my career, different school districts. And when you leave a school district, you don't know anybody. I didn't know anybody in the school districts that I transferred to or went to. I didn't know anybody. It's an awkward situation, awkward feeling. You really don't know how to tread. But if there's somebody there that can be a mentor or a familiar face or a familiar coach or whatever, makes it so much easier. You can rely on them. You can basically, go under their wing, so to speak, and learn kind of the ropes of how things are done with that organization. So Caden Sterns is going back, going to the Eagles, and where Vic Fangio is. So that's good for him. Let me continue. Terms of Sterns' contract were not released at the time of the show. So there you go. Caden Sterns has gone to a new team. Is Justin Simmons gone to a new team? Well, if you saw the title of the show, then you already know that Justin Simmons gone to a new team. And I will get to that. Let's see. The thing got it a little bit out of hand here. A little bit not out of hand, but a little bit wrong topic at the one point. Okay, next topic. Okay, let me go back to the chat before we get into the Justin Simmons topic. All right, back to the chat. Okay, let's see. Mark from Georgia asked me, "Are you excited about Bo?" Yes and no. Yes, I'm excited about Bo because of what I think, feel, and believe he can be. But judging on how he played against the Colts #1 when he came in that first series, he was shaky. Was he nervous? Probably, absolutely. I would be. I'd be throwing up on the field. Are you kidding me? Okay, but that being said, he looked shaky. He got hit in the pocket after he released the ball. It was incomplete. He had a couple other incompletions. He was kind of running for his life in that particular sequence. But that being said, he looked really, really good, solid, and comfortable against the #2s and #3 defenses. The problem I have, Mark, is this. What's he going to look like when he goes against the #1s? Now, he's going to start, apparently, against the Green Bay Packers. Now, the depth chart listed the quarterbacks as it was for the first week against the Colts. It was listed as Stidham, Wilson, and Nix. But Sean Payton said that Bo Nix is going to start. So I don't know. I'm just saying, if Bo Nix goes in there against a Packer defense as against their #1s, and he is shaky, and he is nervous, and he doesn't make his reads correctly, or he gets sacked or whatever. And I know he didn't get sacked against the Colts. I'm just saying, am I excited about that? Absolutely not. But his problem is, Mark, is he's not going to be playing against the #1s if he starts the season in Seattle. Seattle's not going to come out with their second and third defense. They're just not. That's preposterous to even think. So if Bo Nix cannot grasp the offense of the Broncos against #1 defenses, then no, I'm not excited. I'm not excited. Then I say you got to start Stidham. And people say, oh my gosh, not Stidham. What? Hey. He played against the number ones in the last 2 games of the season. And he beat the Chargers. Lost to the Raiders, but he beat the Chargers. Okay. Okay, that's better than Bo Nix has done. So I'm not saying I don't want a Bo Nix future, or I'm not saying I don't want Bo Nix as our franchise quarterback, because I think he will be. I just don't think, given how he played against the number 1 defense of the Colts, that he should be the starter unless he proves differently against the Packers this Sunday. And it's a primetime game, guys. It's a primetime game. I think it's NFL Network, but I know it's primetime. So to answer your question, Mark, yeah, I'm excited, but I wasn't excited about how he played against the number ones. That's what I'm saying. Wow. Madungus Creevy is banging on Sterns. Says Sterns won't get much playing time. He'll get hurt again. Well, that's a possibility. I mean, that's a possibility. Once you're once you're injury prone one time, I mean, it happens. You get an injury and it's a nagging injury and it continues. You have like a hamstring or an Achilles. Well, maybe not Achilles, but high ankle sprain. Those can happen frequently. It's just come on, he says, come on, Bill, slow down. You got this. I know. I get wound up, dude. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. You haven't seen anything yet. When I get around wherever that may be, when I get to the jackass of the week, which I'm glad it's not on the list, because if it's not on the list, I can insert it anytime I want. And I kind of like that. I kind of like to be able to pick and choose where I want to put that one, because this one's a doozy. So hang on, guys. Hang on. You're gonna want to be here for this, because I'm gonna be out of my mind. Just putting it that way, out of my mind. Hey, my high salute, DB for life, says, how you doing tonight, Bill? I'm doing great, man. How you doing? Hope your Friday's going well. Glad to have you in the chat. Glad you're watching, participating. Really do appreciate it. Thanks so much, man. Thanks so much for each and every one of you being in the chat, as always, and watching the show, like I said, wherever you may be. Madungus, you crack me up, man. Madungus says his daughter Emma keeps yelling hi at my phone because she sees you talking. That is so priceless, man. I just love kids. I love kids. I got 2 grandkids, and man, I miss some of those days like that where the innocence is just so pure and just so awesome. They keep saying it's just, oh man, Dungus, that just made my whole night, man. That just made my whole night. That's special. That's really cool. Really, really cool, man. Thanks so much for putting that in the chat. That's awesome. Hey, by the way, tell Emma I said hello. Hello. D-Rock says, Big Bill. I said, what's up, Big D-Rock, man? Nice to have you in the chat, man. My friend, glad to have you, man. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, now what? Okay, now you're reminding me more of Squidward. Madungus Creevy says that. I don't know the connection. I never watched SpongeBob SquarePants or SpongePants SquareBob or whatever the thing is. I know it's SpongeBob SquarePants. I get it. But I like twisting it around. But I never watched it. My grandson did, and I'm like, talking about a sponge talking underwater or something weird. I don't get it. I don't know. He was into that, so I played it and did my best to look like I was interested. And he go, Papa, and I got this. Yeah, I know. Wow. Kamani says Stidham's a joke. He struggled in preseason. Well, yeah, he's going against the ones, like I mentioned earlier, Kamani. He's going against the ones. The Broncos haven't done well against the ones, and that's my concern. That's my concern, especially when we get into teams like the Baltimore Ravens we have to play, or the Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins and somebody else. New Orleans Saints, where Sean Payton has to go back and feel all the emotion, the love that Saints are going to give him before the game, of course. but he's going to feel all that emotion like Peyton Manning did when Broncos went back to Indy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. So, yeah, I know he struggled against the ones, but I don't know. I don't know where we go. I mean, we'll find out against Green Bay who rises to the top. That's for sure. We'll definitely find that out. Yeah, that's what I heard too, Big E. Douglas shot me this text a little earlier. He said, everything I heard, he looked good today going against Green Bay's number ones in practice. Again, I mentioned that earlier in the show. Yes, that's practice. Do you really think that the Green Bay Packers are going to show all their cards? I don't think so. They're going to give you a vanilla-looking defense, maybe sugar-coated a little bit with a little bit more stuff that they may bring. I really don't think they opened up the kitchen sink, to use a cliche. I don't think they emptied their cupboards. I don't really think so. I think they was basically just, we'll show you what we want to show you, but this ain't what you're getting in the game. It may look like it when we line up, but it's not going to be what you're going to see come game time. Every team does it. Nobody wants to show their hand. I mean, why? Why would you show your hand? And now think about it. Denver doesn't play Green Bay in the season. So why would they show their hand when other teams in the division, Minnesota, Detroit, and Chicago, why would they? I mean, why would the Packers be wanting to show what they can do? You're not going to do that. You're just not. Preseason is not for showcasing your game plan. That's not what it's about. It's about getting the best players for your team, on your team, and ready for opening day and for the season. They're not going to reveal their hand. They're not going to do that. I mean, maybe some coaches do. They want to get all their plays out there to kind of let the guys, go through it in game speed. Okay, that's their choice. I just don't think the Packers are doing that in practice. That's all I'm saying. Just don't think they're doing that in practice. Woo! Keith O'Donnell says, Bill is salty tonight. I don't mean to be, but I'm just me. I comment as to how I feel, my emotions. That's what I said at the beginning of my show. Brought to you with emotion, passion, and honesty. I'm honest about the topics. I'm not making anything up. I don't fabricate anything. I quote when there's a quote. I do everything honestly because I don't want this show or this platform to be, a lie. I don't. But my emotions and my passion are always going to be there along with my honesty. And if it comes out salty, if it comes out harsh, okay, so be it. Well, like I said to people before in the chat and during the show, Keith, hang on to your seat, buddy. I have a jackass of the week that is going. You think I'm salty now? You think I'm wound up now? Yeah, just wait. Just wait. It's one when I saw it, I just like, you got to be kidding me. You absolutely got to be kidding me. I mean, this is way, way, way over the top. And I've had some bad ones. I've had some really bad jackass of the week. Hang on. Yeah. You'll definitely want to hear this one. All right. What's this? Okay, I'm not quite understanding. D-Rock says, I'm hearing murmurs and whispers about Moss as CB2. Moss, cornerback 2. All right. That would be obviously that would be opposite of a PS2. I haven't heard that. But that's a good one. That's a good one, D-Rock. I like that one. I like that route. Okay. Whoever we have back there, we just need somebody solid because they're not going to be throwing at PS2. There's no way they're going to be throwing at PS2. So, every few and far between possibly, but we have to have somebody solid on the other side. So I totally agree. That would be a good move. I think that'd be a good move. Come on, he said, you forgot me, Bill. I'm your grandson. Oh, God, man. This, you guys are something else, man. Yeah. You guys are something else. What? Madungus says Squidward is always negative no matter what. Sound familiar or look familiar? No, I'm not always negative. I'm really not. I know everybody says I am. You guys are not looking at the bigger picture. Okay. I want perfection. These guys are the best of the best. There's 99.9% of all football athletes out there that wish they could play in the NFL. And when these players at this high level make ridiculous, stupid rookie mistakes, when they're pros, when they're veterans, then yeah, it bothers me because you guys are supposed to be up here, not here, up here. In baseball, if this was baseball, they'd send you back to the minors. AAA, AA, single A. Why does baseball have 1, 2, and 3 levels of the minors? Because they're not freaking good enough to be in the Major League Baseball. And when they are, and they screw up, and they don't perform, guess where they go? Back down to the minors. Unfortunately, the NFL doesn't have that. So what happens when a player is like that? They cut him, or they trade him, or they send him to the practice squad. That's all. That's the only places they can go. So I expect excellence because there is no other place for them to go except home, sit on the couch, and watch your favorite team play football that you're not on. That's it. So I expect excellence. I'm not negative. What I'm saying is I expect this level. And when they're not at this level, then I'm frustrated because you drafted a person at this level and expected to be better, or you got rid of a person like a Justin Simmons to keep a Caden Sterns. Oh, and then you let him go. And then now we got PJ Locke. So now instead of Simmons, which is number 1, Sterns maybe number 2, and Locke down here, or maybe Simmons and Locke, and then Sterns, whatever the case may be, Simmons was still up here. That's my point. So yes, I'm frustrated because I've been frustrated for the last 8 seasons of this team not getting any better. And yes, we won 8 games last year. Whoopee. We didn't make the playoffs. I mean, is that ever going to happen again? And I know, guys, Bo Nix is going to come around, but I want it sooner rather than later. My patience is running thin. As thin as this hair is right here. As thin as that. It's running thin, and I'm sick and tired of futility, and I want excellence. So I'm not negative per se. I'm frustrated, and I want excellence. I want better than what we have right now. It's kind of like a parent. When a child brings home, C's and D's, and you're like, come on, I expect excellence. I know you can do better than that. Work harder. Do whatever you got to do. Let me help you, whatever. Parents get frustrated. They're not negative on their child. They're trying to help them. They're trying to motivate them to get them better. Well, I can't physically be there to motivate them, nor would my motivation probably do any good. But my point being is I want better. Period. Plain and simple. All right. Okay. I gotta get my breath back, man. Here we go. Mark from Georgia says, Bill, did you see his practice today against the Packers? He had 46 snaps. He looked good and poised, and his feet was set. Chase Daniel already said he has an aura about him. He's the guy. Okay, once again, I'm not saying he's not the guy. I'm not saying that. I know he's going to be the guy. I want him to be the guy. What I am saying is practice is one thing. Game time and game plan is another thing. Let's see. I'm going to hold back reservation. I'm not saying that I don't want him to be the starter. That's not what I'm saying. I'm going to hold back my reservation, wait and see the game against the Packers and see how he does. If he comes out looking fantastic like he did against the number 2s and 3s of the Colts, then I'm going to be the first one to say, come my show on Friday, I now believe, I now know he can do it. But until I see that, I can't take it for face value because I don't know what that value is. And that's all I'm saying. So, yes, I do agree with you. I do agree with you, Mark. Absolutely. That I do feel he is going to be the guy. I just want it to be the guy come week 1 at Seattle. That's what I want. And I don't want it because we drafted him number 12. I want it because he earned it and he's proven himself against the ones that he can produce. That's what I want. All right. Mark, drink a beer. Oh my gosh. Will you settle for this? No, this isn't vodka. It's water. I cannot do that hard stuff. That stuff drives me insane, man. That stuff drives me insane. All right. That's funny. That's good, man. I was just talking to Madungus Creevy today. We were on the phone before my show. And I said, I wonder when the first ding-dong reference is going to be mentioned in the very first Broncos neighborhood against Seattle. Well, I guess I don't have to wait until then because Kamani Dixon just said, if we send Bill some ding-dongs, he will calm down. Good gosh. Oh, my gosh. You guys make this show absolutely lights out, man. Absolutely lights out, the best ever, man. Just you guys are fantastic. Just fantastic, man. You keep me on my toes, so to speak. I still got quite a few topics to go through, but you guys are always fantastic in the chat and all across watching. I really do appreciate it. So Madonna Street says a rookie quarterback has to play like John Elway at his peak the first time they sniff the field or Bill can't see the positives. Oh, guy. Hang on a second. This is from Madungus Creevy because I can already feel it. Slap across the face. Madungus, what the heck? I have to play like John. They have to play like John Elway right out of the gate. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is I want them to at least give us an opportunity. Give us a chance. I don't want to see what we saw the last couple of years where we go down and we're inside the 20-yard line. We got 1st and goal at the 9 and we can't score. We kick a field goal. And the next drive, we kick another field. And the next drive, we kick another. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see what we saw from Bo Nix when he played against the number 2s and number 3s. Scoring touchdowns. Making great decisions. I just don't know if we can see that against the number 1s this Sunday. That's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he has to be John Elway in his prime, or come out looking like Patrick Mahomes or CJ Stroud. I would love that. Absolutely would love it. I don't expect it, but I also don't expect a Russell Wilson or a Drew Lock type of performance. That's what I don't expect. And if I see that, it just frustrates me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Deep breath, okay? Deep breath. We're going to make it through this. I promise. I'm okay. I took my blood pressure medication 9 o'clock this morning. I'm okay. I'm fine. I think. No, Kamani, I am not the jackass of the week. I didn't say I was the jackass of the week. Although a lot of people out there might think I am from Friday to Friday, but I can't change that. I can't help that. But no, I do have a jackass of the week. I'm just not the jackass of the week. Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law from Vet, that says he just likes to criticize. I wouldn't say criticize Rudy. I would say critique. I'm not criticizing his play. He played well on the 2s and 3s. I'm not criticizing how he played against the 1s. I'm critiquing the fact that he looked scared, that he looked shaky, that he looked nervous against the 1s, that he didn't really have a clue when the guys were coming in or rushing, that kind of thing. He did improve, yes, and I know it's a work in time. I don't want it to be a work in progress. I want it to be like, show me what you can do, dude. Show me what you can do against the 1s. Yes, I know college is different than pros, but that's why when you're drafted number 12, you're considered able to handle the job. Again, let's just see how Sunday goes, okay? Let's just let this rest and see how Sunday goes. All right. We're going to leave that topic alone for now. Whoa. Big E says, you're starting to remind me of Rich. Okay, we're done talking about that. No, I don't want to be compared to anybody. No, I don't want that. Oh, Kamani, I'll take a group hug. Come here, guys. I'll take a group hug. That was nice. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I feel better. I always feel good with you guys in the chat, man. You guys make me feel comfortable. You say some quirky things at times, but hey, let's see. Come on, Grandpa, you're scaring me. I don't mean to be scaring you, man. I'm just being me, man. Just being me. A normal Friday. Well, maybe it's not normal, but it's a very, it's a Bronco Breakdown Friday, Come on, he says, keep your hat on. All right, I do my best. But, sometimes, you got to have a, what's it called? Show and tell kind of thing. I got to show people so they kind of know what they're looking at. Well, you know what I mean? Okay. All right. Come on. Mark is trying to bring me back down into reality. Very good point, Mark from Georgia. Well, you have to be a little bit more patient, Bill. That's just the way it goes. Sean Payton calls the shots, not us. I know he calls the shots. I get it. But being a fan, man, I just want the best every single time. I just want the best. And at times I just feel like we as fans just don't get the best, Okay. Man, there's a lot of good comments going on in the chat. That's awesome. I don't know who you're referring to, Mark. You talking about me or somebody in the chat, but Mark from Georgia says, you crack me up, dude, I swear. So I don't know if that's me or somebody else, but doesn't matter, man. Cameron Parker in the chat. Cameron, what's going on, my friend? Says, hello, gents. What's going on, Cameron? Nice to see you in the chat, man. Really do appreciate it. Really do. All right, we got to move on or we're never going to get through this show. Let's see. All right. Okay. Kamani, before I get to the next talk, Kamani asked the question, is PJ Locke going to be our starting safety? The way it looks now, yes. Because why? We don't have Justin Simmons and we don't have Caden Sterns. So it looks like it's going to be PJ Locke. That's what I would think. But once again, as Mark from Georgia says, we don't call the shots. Sean Payton does. So I'm really not sure at this time. I don't know. Could be, but I would say most likely, yeah, it's going to be PJ Locke. Douglas Korea says he forced a group hug on me. I'm not a ding dong, sir. Keep your hugs to yourself. Gee whiz. Oh my gosh. I really do think it's time to move on to the next topic, or we're just going to be going down this rabbit hole forever. And wow. Okay. So it is the next topic. I did have it right. All right. It wasn't listed that way. Okay. We are going to the very next topic, and here we go. All right. Samaje Perine. Now, could Samaje Perine, after the first preseason game, be on the outside looking in? Well, let's find out. Here we go. In Denver's first preseason game, Jarrett Stidham threw a well-thrown ball to a wide-open Samaje Perine in the left flat, and Perine juggled it, bobbled it, and finally was intercepted by the Colts. Perine is human, sure, but in the preseason, when players are battling for a roster spot, mistakes like this are what dooms players' chances of surviving the final cut. Now, we're not even close to the final cut yet. We still have 2 more preseason games, so we don't know. Was that just a fluke, or was it a pattern? Well, a pattern has to be repeated several times. A fluke just happened. We won't know. But if Perine plays against the Packers, we'll see what transpires. Let me continue. In a close game, a mistake like this could mean losing instead of winning. That's absolutely true. Have this game been, let's say, fourth quarter, Broncos leading, where they won 34-30. Let's say the game was 34-30. And this happens late in the game. And all of a sudden, the Broncos are looking at defeat instead of victory. Perine makes that catch, goes for a first down, or even, positive yardage, a lot of yardage. And the Broncos retain the ball and run the clock out. It's a win. Fortunately, thank goodness, this wasn't the case in this game, but it could be in any game. And when that happens, you can wrestle defeat from the jaws of victory because of a mistake like that. Wide open Perine, no reason whatsoever to bobble the ball, juggle the ball, try and find it. Nope. Then intercepted. That could have been catastrophic. It wasn't. It's only preseason. But if that's regular season, that's why Perine right now, in my opinion, is on the bubble, because can't have those kind of mistakes. You cannot put that kind of a doubt in Sean Payton's head when he needs a running back with sure hands. And if Perine has those issues, it ain't going to be him. It just isn't going to be him. And I like Perine, but you just can't make those kind of mistakes. You just can't do that. All right. Cameron says something a little bit different in regards to Perine. He says Samaje Perine is outside looking in, but not because he's talented. It's a crowded room. That's very true. That is true, Cam, and I totally agree. But this didn't help him. This did not help him one bit. That's for sure. Like I said, you cannot put doubts in the head coach's mind going, wow, can I really trust him in this situation? It's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6. I'm going to swing out the running back. I'm going to throw it to him in the flat. What if he bobbles it again? What if he catches it but not tightly and it pops up in the air, or it's a fumble? Can I trust him? That, to me, is the bigger issue than a crowded room. Because if he's playing lights out, there's no way Sean Payton gets rid of him. But with this little blemish, this little doubt, I think Perine, the only way he can move up in the room now is to not make any more mistakes and just do whatever he can to make the team. I don't know if that's the case, but I sure do know that this incident against the Colts last Sunday did not help one bit. Did not help. Let's see. All right, let's go to the next topic, and here it is. That's right, guys. Look in the upper left-hand corner. Highlighted says Simmons has signed. Nope, not with the Broncos. Here it is. Justin Simmons has found a new home. After 8 seasons in Denver, Justin Simmons has signed a 1-year deal worth $8 million and $7.5 million guaranteed with the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I don't have a problem with that. I miss Simmons big time. I know the Broncos defense is going to miss him. The team overall is going to miss him if they haven't already. Guys, I got to take this call. It's my wife. Hold on. Doggone it. Hang on. It might be a problem. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I know we're live. Talk so much yourselves. I'll be right there. Sorry about this.
Sorry, honey, you're doing your show.
Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to know if you wanted to eat or should I miss what I brought?
No, you can do what you planned. That's fine.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. All right, guys. Sorry. Okay. She goes, I'm sorry, I forgot you're doing your show. It's fine. Live TV, I guess, or live shows. Anyways, where was I? Justin Simmons, yes. I wish him all the best in Atlanta. I know he wanted to go to a team that had a chance to go to the playoffs. And in the NFC South, where you have Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and who's Jacksonville? No, not Jacksonville. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa Bay. I forget who the other one is. Carolina. Anyways, I think Atlanta Falcons have a really good chance of making the playoffs, and that's what Justin Simmons wants. He wants a chance at the playoffs. He wants a chance at the Super Bowl. And with Kirk Cousins back there, nobody knows how Kirk Cousins is going to be with that, repaired Achilles tendon. But at least he's going to a team that has a chance to make the playoffs. I wish him all the best. I really do, except when the Broncos play Atlanta this year. That's going to be tough because that Justin Simmons, is going to want to lay the lumber on the Bronco players. He's going to want to make a statement saying, you never should have gotten rid of me. I told you I could play. I told you $14 million wasn't that much. You could find it somewhere else. And I'm back. And I'm back in your backfield, or I'm back knocking your wide receivers off the route. Whatever it is, Justin Simmons is going to be coming against the Broncos with a mission. No doubt about it. Just like Jerry Jeudy is with Cleveland. I'll get into a Cleveland story, like I mentioned. There's players all across the NFL that are former Broncos from a year or two ago. There's going to be revenge. Russell Wilson on Pittsburgh. There's numerous ones. They're all going to have chips on their shoulders because they wanted to stay in Denver, or at least it appeared they wanted to stay in Denver. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting, but I wish Justin Simmons all the best. My brother-in-law, my sister Shirley, my brother-in-law lives in Georgia. He's probably ecstatic because he's an Atlanta Falcons fan, and he's probably ecstatic that Justin Simmons went there. So, like I said, I wish him all the best. I hope he doesn't get injured. But one thing is, I hope he does not play well against the Denver Broncos. That's all I'm saying. When we play the Falcons, I sure hope he does not light us up like he did a lot of teams when he was on the Denver Broncos. All right. Cameron says he's buying a Simmons jersey. All right. Cool. That's awesome. I tell you what, man, I love the guy. I love the guy. I wish him all the best. Like I said, I hope they make the playoffs. I hope they go deep in the playoffs. And if the Broncos can't be in the playoffs or Super Bowl, which I doubt, then I would really like to see the Atlanta Falcons get to the Super Bowl and win it. They should have won it when they played the New England Patriots years ago, but they had a massive meltdown right after halftime and lost to the Patriots and Tom Brady. So, anyways, I wish Justin Simmons all the best. Just not when they being the Falcons play the Broncos this year. All right. Let's see. Keith O'Donnell says Mahomes is probably happy not to have to see Simmons twice. You're probably right about that. You're definitely probably right about that. And that scares me, Keith. That totally scared me because now we don't have a Justin Simmons on our team. So, they're going to be taking shots at PJ Locke. And, it just opens up the secondary of the Broncos to a point where I'm not enjoying it. I'm not liking it. I don't like to see that. There's a crease in the armor, so to speak. And that to me is unnerving. I don't like it. It's unnerving. But what are you gonna do? He's now on the Falcons, so I wish him luck. Wish him all the best. I am not a Chargers fan, Kamani. No. I don't care what Madungus Creed puts up on there during the Broncos day. I'm not that guy. Absolutely not that guy. Anybody that knows me in person knows I'm not that guy. No, you do not. No, you do not wish that. Kamani, you do not wish that. Says Mike, I wish you could show Bill in his Chargers jersey. It's not my Chargers jersey. It's superimposed. It's not me. Do I look like I have that Justin Herbert body? Well, if you think so, Kamani, hey, man, awesome. Nope, not me. All right. let's go on to the next topic, and here it is. The Denver Broncos have brought in a defensive back. Here it is. The Denver Broncos have been awarded defensive back Caleb Hayes off waivers after the New York Giants released him. Hayes is 6 foot tall, 195 pounds, and 25 years old. The Broncos are wanting to get younger. Why? Well, several reasons. One, they're cheaper than veterans who've been around for 8-10 years, a la Justin Simmons. And also because they're quicker and they have longevity, hopefully, for years down the road, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years down the road, so that the Broncos can build on this young team and build towards the future. We got a young quarterback, he's 26. Now we got a defensive back, he's 25. We have young players. And when you have young players, you can mold them, so to speak, into your game plan, your way of coaching and whatnot. And then when they start maturing and actually growing into that particular type of play, they become a much better players, much better team, continuity, youngness, able to work as a unit. And that's the reason why. I continue. Denver, however, to make room, released inside linebacker Alec Mock. Terms of the contract for Hayes was not disclosed. So there you go. We don't know how long it is. Don't know if it's a year, 2 years. Nothing was released. But that's good because we could always use defensive backs. You can never have too many defensive backs. That's for sure. Absolutely. No doubt about that. All right. You know what? Kamine says, are the Steelers going to trade Wilson to the Vikings? No. Vikings have. I have that on there. I'm going to talk about the Vikings in just a little bit. But the Vikings already have. In fact, I'll tell you who they have right now. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, the Vikings have Sam Darnold. So I doubt that they would trade. Russell Wilson. Besides, it looks like Russell Wilson is going to be the starter because Justin Fields doesn't seem to be grasping the Steelers' offense. So it looks right now that it is going to be Russell Wilson, which will be interesting. That's for sure. Let's see. Okay. Let's go to the next topic on the board. And here we go. All right. This is about Marvin Mims. Now, Marvin Mims of the Broncos have very, very high expectations of Marvin Mims this particular season. Why? Well, we don't have a Jerry Jeudy. Okay. Now, listen to this. This is how Marvin Mims looks at himself. And I love the way he looks at himself because he understands his situation and he understands, he's comfortable within his own body, within his own skin. Here it is. The Denver Broncos, Marvin Mims has a big season after trading away, or should have, I should say, after trading away Jerry Jeudy. Mims said when asked about his role and importance on the team, he said, and I quote, "It's wild. I'm only 5'11", 182 pounds, and I go around the locker room and I go big, and more big. And then me. I don't think I'm small. I just think they're big." That's a great way to look at yourself. A great way to look at yourself. You don't look at these guys and go, "Oh my gosh, how do I compete with these guys? They're like 6'2", 6'3". I'm 5'11". I can't compete with these guys." That's not what he's saying. He's saying he can. Listen to what he said. He says, I go around the room and I go big, and more big. I don't think I'm small. I just think they're big. That's fantastic. I love the way he looks at that. I continue, still quoting Marvin Mims. I think that's my best trait, being an explosive player. I was able to show it throughout the offseason in the return game and a little bit at receiver. End quote. Sean Payton commented about Mims saying, and I quote, I think we'll see a lot of growth in Mims from year 1 to year 2. He's a tough kid. End quote. There you go. That comes from the head coach, Sean Payton. He says he thinks we're going to see a big growth from year 1 to year 2. And I love the way Marvin Mims looks at himself. Hey, I don't think I'm small. Those guys are just big. Perfect. Perfect. Feel comfortable in your own skin. Know what you can do. Know your attributes. Know your skill set. Know your ability. And he quoted, and I quoted, he said, that's my biggest trait. I'm explosive. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And sometimes when you're smaller than these bigger defensive guys, you can kind of duck down and get under them. If you're really a tall guy or something, they're going to see you coming. They're not necessarily going to see Marvin Mims, if he goes up through the line or something and there's a big gaping hole, they ain't going to see him until he gets in the secondary. That's a positive. So you see the way he looks at himself and the way he looks at how he plays the game and the things that he does well. He could care less if the big guys are up here because he's comfortable with himself. He knows what he can do. He knows his abilities. He's confident with his abilities. And even Sean Payton, this guy, this is a tough kid. I expect, what do you say? I expect we'll see growth from year 1 to year 2. Absolutely. That's exactly what I want to see. We don't have Jerry Jeudy. Doesn't matter. We got Marvin Mims. It's okay. We're going to be okay. And if Marvin Mims is okay with his own skin, we as Broncos country and Broncos fan should also feel very comfortable with Marvin Mims. And I know I do. Love the kid. Absolutely love the kid. Kamani, I'm not quite sure how I should take this one. I'm going to take it in the Marvin Mims segment. But Kamani says, great things come in small packages. Yeah, diamond rings, little rings. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to talk about other things, but I think you're talking about Marvin Mims. That's where I'm going to stop with that. Yep, Biggie says Sam Darnold. Yeah, I had to look it up. I couldn't remember. I just couldn't remember what his name was. But you're right. Come on, said yes in the Marvin Mims case. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, I thought we were going. I thought there might be a little. Well, no, I was going to say a little backdoor thing, but anyway, never mind. Dungus Chris says, Kamani, that's facts. Me having 6 kids is proof. Oh, guy, I knew we were going down this. I knew we were going down that road. I knew as long as Madungus Creevy was still in the chat, we were headed down that road. So, anyway, guys, I am sticking to the topic. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. But I appreciate it. Come on. Yeah, we're sticking to the topic. All right. Let's go to the next. Well, not the next to the last topic. I've still got a topic, one more topic that's not listed on there, and we will get to that. But let's go to this next topic before things really get out of hand. All right, we'll go to it right now. All right. J.J. McCarthy, look at what that says. Vikings country, well, I shouldn't say country. Vikings fans are crushed at this particular moment. My nephew, who's a huge Vikings fan, Bobby, you've seen him in the chat many times. He's a huge Vikings fan. When I sent this to him, he was crushed. Here's what it says. Minnesota Vikings rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy will miss the entire 2024 season due to surgical repair of a torn MCL in his right knee. Sam Darnold is likely to be the Vikings starter opening day. McCarthy was injured at some point during last Saturday's preseason game against the Vegas Raiders. The rookie reported ongoing soreness to team medical officials last Monday. They had an MRI. He went under the knife, and he's deemed out for the entire 2024 season. That is crushing news to the Minnesota Vikings. But let me put a little bit of weird twist on this, okay? Hypothetical twist on this, all right? The Broncos drafted number 12. Minnesota Vikings drafted number 10. Had the Minnesota Vikings not drafted J.J. McCarthy, but went after, let's say, Bo Nix or somebody else and left the door open for the Broncos to take J.J. McCarthy and not Bo Nix, which probably would have fallen to the Raiders, Denver could be in the same situation. Think about that, guys. I thought about that once I heard this story. I thought, what if the Broncos had drafted J.J. McCarthy because Bo Nix wasn't there because he was taken by the Vikings? Let's just say, hypothetically, what if? Now, sure, maybe McCarthy wouldn't have gotten hurt against the Colts. Maybe this was a possible injury from college that wasn't diagnosed. Wasn't really torn. Wasn't really bothersome. What if? Just saying, what if the Broncos were relegated to playing Jarrett Stidham the entire season? What if? But it isn't what if, because the Broncos have a Bo Nix and the Vikings have J.J. McCarthy, just not for the 2024 season. Wow. What an absolute blow to the Vikings, who had super high hopes for J.J. McCarthy. After all, he was the reigning collegiate championship quarterback, winning the championship. So they had high hopes. Everybody was a lot of people were looking at J.J. McCarthy. I'm not saying the Broncos were head over heels over him, but I'm just saying, what if? What if it was flipped? What if Bo Nix would have gotten drafted by the Vikings and Broncos were relegated to taking J.J. McCarthy because they didn't want him to go to the Raiders? What if? Wow. So sorry for Vikings fans, especially my nephew. You know, I cheer for the Vikings. That's my NFC team. So I'm kind of bummed about that too. I was hoping the Vikings would have a really, really good season, but I wish all the best for J.J. McCarthy. And, you know, who knows? Maybe Sam Darnold will do well for them. Not sure, but that is an absolute dagger to the hearts of Minnesota Vikings fan. Let's see. Cameron Parker says Denver was never drafting JJ, unfortunately. Unfortunately, do you mean that unfortunately for the Vikings about JJ McCarthy, or you're saying unfortunately because you were wanting the Broncos to draft a JJ McCarthy? I'd like to know what your thoughts are on that, Cameron, because I know that a lot of Broncos country is happy about Bo Nix. I am as well. I already stated earlier as to what I'm not happy about, but we'll see if that changes in Sunday's game against the Packers. So, we'll just see, if Bo Nix can rise to the top and in the cream to the top against the number ones against the Packers. Kamani Dixon says, "Thank God we got Bo Nix. So sad for the Vikings, but thank God for Bo being with us." I agree. I totally agree. I'm glad too. I am glad too. Cameron follows up by saying he wasn't rated high by the team. And he follows that up by saying, "I love the Bo Nix pick." I would agree. I love it too. I really did. I enjoy watching a Broncos draft where we actually get players that we're excited about. You know, last time I was excited about a player was when we got who'd we get that I was so just so happy about. When we got Von Miller, I was ecstatic when we drafted Von Miller. I was ecstatic, and I know a lot of people probably weren't, but I was ecstatic when we got Tim Tebow. Really love that draft pick. I love Tim Tebow. I don't care what anybody says. Love that kid. Love his emotion. Bo Nix kind of reminds me a little bit of him with his energy. But I just love Tim Tebow. Absolutely love Tim Tebow. And I was stoked when we got PS2. So yeah, I've been stoked many times, but I haven't really been as ecstatic at getting a quarterback in the draft since Tim Tebow. So that tells you it's been a long time. So yes. Combine says, Bill, you being excited for a player. Yeah, I am excited. See, I told you I can get excited for people. I can. I do. I want the best for Bo Nix. I want Bo Nix to be the next John Elway, the next Peyton Manning, the next Patrick Mahomes, or those winning Super Bowl quarterbacks. That's what I want Bo Nix to be. I'm excited about it. I just got reservations because I want to see it against the number one defenses. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm not saying that I'm disappointed. I'm not. I'm saying I want to see what I saw against the 2s and 3s against the 1s. Then you're going to see this guy absolutely go nuclear when it comes to excitement, because that's what I want. We haven't had that for years. We haven't had it. Haven't had it for years. We haven't had it in a draft choice of a quarterback ever. Because like I said, Craig Morton, John Elway, and Peyton Manning were not drafted by the Broncos. So we have not seen this from the Broncos standpoint of drafting a franchise quarterback. We have not seen excitement like a John Elway or a Peyton Manning winning Super Bowls. That's what I'm hoping we have with a Bo Nix. I'm just slowing it down a bit till I see it in person. That's all I'm saying. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Here we go again. Combine says, Mike, Bill's excited for a player. Madungus, I am not starting a Chargers super fan podcast. That is not happening because I'm not a Chargers super fan, and there are no Charger super fans. There's none. There's no Charger fans. They're bandwagoners, and that's why I call them wagoners, because they jump on when they win and they jump off when they lose. They don't stick around. They're not like me. They're not like Broncos country that sticks through it thick and thin. Nope. They jump on and they jump off. They're bandwagoners, period. There is no Charger thing coming from this guy. None whatsoever. Only Fans podcast. Oh, man. No, I'm not doing any Charger nothing. Not doing any Charger nothing. That ain't happening. All right. This is the next to the last topic on the show. You'll see it as the last one on the show, but it's not, because there is one that is not listed, and we're going to keep it that way because I can insert that anywhere during the segment. So anyways, during the show. Anyways, here is the next to the last topic. All right. Ownership is making changes to Mile High Stadium. Absolutely. But it's ironic because we all know there's going to be a new stadium down the road. But in the meantime, it's like having a car, okay? You have a 20, 25-year-old car, like the Bronco Stadium, however old it is. Let's see, it was 1999, no, 2000. So it's at least 24, 23, 24, 25 years old. Anyways, so let's just say it's 20 years old. So you have a 20-year-old car, and, it's running good. There's not really any problems. You've done your maintenance with it and upkeep and all that. But then you want to do some improvements. You want to get new tires. You want to get new, maybe new paint job. You want to get, something new in the engine or whatever. Okay. Well, that's kind of like what the Broncos ownership group is doing to Mile High Stadium. They're doing upgrades. They're putting money into it because it's still functional. It still works. It's still beautiful. It's still, gorgeous to look at, and the fans love it. It's a great experience. So you make improvements to make things a little bit more comfortable, a little bit better. Okay. So that's what the ownership group is doing. So let me get into it. The Denver Broncos ownership group is putting a lot of money into Empower Field at Mile High, despite the stadium's unknown future. After investing $100 million for upgrades, the Broncos invited the media to view the latest stadium enhancements for the 2024 season. Broncos president Damani Leach said, and I quote, "There are two things about our ownership group. First, a commitment to winning. Second, the commitment to our fans. We want to make sure we offer a wide, diverse menu of opportunities these fans have, opportunities here for our fans." End quote. Absolutely. Basically, what they did is they upgraded the sub suites, they upgraded the concession stands, they put some escalators in certain key areas. They added restrooms. They upgraded the restrooms. They upgraded the Wi-Fi. They did more things with the seating, made them more comfortable. They had a bigger scoreboard, brand new field. I mean, they're putting money into the stadium. Why? Because it's like he said, like Leach said, first and foremost, it's about winning. Second, it's about fans. It's about commitment to the fans. And if you can bring the fans in for a more well-rounded experience in the stadium, you're going to have a better time. Absolutely a better time. And I know that that Empower Field at Mile High is nowhere like Petco Park. It's Petco Park baseball in San Diego. But from a fan experience, Petco Park is amazing. I was there last Friday? No, 2 Fridays ago with my son and grandson. And no matter where you are at Petco Park, you can walk around the concession area and you can see out onto the field. They've got TVs everywhere. They've got speakers everywhere. The enjoyment, the energy, the fan experience is fantastic at Petco Park. Absolutely fantastic at Petco Park. Love that park. I'm not a Padre fan per se. My grandson is, and I support him. My nephew Bobby, who's a Vikings fan, he's a Padre fan. I support him. But my allegiance goes to right there, Chicago Cubs. But I love Petco Park. Petco Park is fantastic. And if the Broncos organization ownership group is doing the exact same thing to make it a fan-friendly experience, people are going to want to go. People are going to be excited about going to the game. They're going to enjoy going to the game. I remember going to a Charger Bronco game at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego before they tore it down. That was a wreck of a stadium. That was pathetic of a stadium. People were sitting in the stands and water's dripping on them because they got water leaks, or there was even overflow of restrooms. I'm not going into the gross details, but it was pathetic. Anybody that's ever been to Qualcomm Stadium, and I know there's some people that watch this show that have been there, and there's horror stories, absolutely horror stories. And they tore it down, and San Diego State has their own stadium there. But anyways, if you can make it a welcome experience, people are going to want to go. People are going to want to go. You put a winning product on the field, and you make it fun for the fans. The one and two most important things from this ownership group, and I think it's fantastic that they absolutely have their focus right where it should be. You want to win first, and winning will bring out the fans. And then when the fans come out the stadium, you make it a welcome experience, regardless of who they're cheering for. Hopefully they're cheering for the Broncos, but regardless, it will be a welcome experience for anybody, each and every one at the ball game or football game, to be able to enjoy all the amenities, the upgrades, and all of that. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Let's see. What? Mark from Georgia, you guys are banging on the wrong thing, man. I am not a Charger fan. I'm not a Padre fan. I'm not a Charger fan. I'm not a California fan. I don't like any team as a favorite in California, none whatsoever. I'm not a Charger fan. Can't stand it. I'm not a Padre fan, but I support them because of my grandson and my nephew. Every other team in California, I could care less. I can't stand any of them. No LA, no San Francisco, nothing. Don't like no Oakland, no nothing. Don't like any California team, period. All right. Let's see. what's this say right here? Would I miss it? So Cameron Parker chimes in and says they're clearly moving a stadium to Castle Rock, Colorado, so Cameron doesn't have to deal with traffic. That's good, Cameron. Hey, if you can swing that, man, all power to you, man. If you can swing that, that'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. I'd like to see that, man. If you got that much pull, dude, I want to tap into some of the connections I can get from you. That'd be great. Anyways, God, Kamani, you guys are ruthless, man. Kamani says, Bill has a problem about lying, so please forgive him. No, I'm not lying about nothing. I'm not. Oh gosh, man. Cameron says, but Padre means Papa makes sense since an old man. Oh my goodness. You guys are quick. You guys are quick. I gotta admit, you guys are quick. You guys are good. Cameron, that was a good one. That is, yeah. Actually, Padre means father, and father, Papa. Yeah, you're right. So good point. Good point, Cam. Good point. All right. We're going to wrap the show up with this last topic. You guys, this topic is going to get me really wound up. So do me a big favor. Strap on your seatbelts. Hang on. This is going to be a white knuckle ride coming from me because this is totally unacceptable. It's totally unexcusable. And it's totally the jackass of the week.
You suck, you jackass.
All right. That's not on there because I can insert it anywhere I want. I chose to do it at the end because I didn't want to break up the topics of the positive stuff concerning Bronco players and things like that and ownership. So here it is. Let's get right to it. Cleveland Browns rookie defensive tackle Mike Hall was charged with domestic violence last Monday night in Ohio after threatening a woman with a gun. Okay? This is Cleveland. Cleveland is known for getting – who else? Mike, what do you call me? You can't call me. I'm on the show. You can't call me. I'm on the show. Your OnlyFans? What are you talking about? I don't know OnlyFans. All right. Pull up my OnlyFans. How does he pull up OnlyFans? Bill, pull up my comments about OnlyFans. Where is OnlyFans? I don't know OnlyFans. What's he talking about? All right. Hang on. I got to find. Cameron Parker says OnlyFans comment. I don't see OnlyFans on here. Can somebody help me? I don't see. Where's OnlyFans? I don't see OnlyFans anywhere. Mark says you're in big trouble now, mister. I don't see OnlyFans. The only thing I see in OnlyFans is where Madungus Creed says, Bill, pull up my comments about OnlyFans. And I going down and I see, okay, for an extra fee, he'll attach tinsel tassels to his big toes and make them spin around. Is that what you wanted me to say? Is that OnlyFans? For an extra fee? I don't get it. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And then Madunga says, Bill's going to have an OnlyFans for his feet and he will have his toenails painted. No, I am not. I'm not. We're moving on, Madungus. We're into the jackass of the week. The heck? Okay, let me continue. Doggone it. You're breaking my momentum. You're breaking my momentum. Mama called him live. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she called me. No, that was Madungus who called me this time. So it wasn't my wife. All right, let me go back to the beginning of this, right? Because I got to get my momentum. Madungus Creevy kind of screwed that up. Cleveland Browns rookie defensive tackle Mike Hall was charged with domestic violence last Monday night in Ohio after threatening a woman with a gun. Really? Okay. Let me continue. According to the police report, Hall grabbed a handgun during an argument, pressed it against a woman's temple, and threatened, saying, and I quote, "I will effing end it all. I don't care," end quote. Okay, first and foremost, that's bad enough. That is bad enough. Holding a gun to a woman's head, the temple right here, and saying, "I will effing end it all. I don't care," end quote. That's bad enough. But it gets worse. Let me continue. The woman told police she is engaged to Hall and shares an 11-month-old son with him. Is this guy an idiot? Oh, yeah, he's an idiot, all right. He's even worse than an idiot. This guy is absolutely evil. Evil, evil, evil. Let me continue. According to the report, the woman said that Hall screamed at her to leave the house, grabbed her, listen to this, guys, grabbed her by her feet and dragged her on her back down the driveway. Hold it. Grabbed her by her feet, dragged her down the driveway. Is it a gravel driveway? Is it concrete? Is it blacktop? Is her back getting cut up? Is she screaming? Of course she is. And he's dragging her down the driveway. Is this a short driveway? A long driveway? I don't know. Is it a dirt driveway? I don't have an idea. But it's a freaking driveway. And you don't do that. And if he's dragging her by her feet, she's undoubtedly trying to hold her head up so she's not bouncing on the ground and hurting her head. So then is her arms getting cut up? Is she getting ripped to shreds? Literally? Not figuratively, but literally. This is a literal dragging of a person on their back. Let me continue. The woman's mother witnessed Hall strike her daughter on the head with a baby bottle, choke her by the neck, push her head through a wall, and break open a bedroom door to drag her out. There goes dragging again. But let me back up. Listen to this. Hits her in the head with a baby bottle. Okay. A baby bottle that you feed a baby with, a good size one, 12, 14 ounces, whatever it is. Full, empty, didn't say. Choke her by the neck. Seriously? Seriously. You're a rookie. You just made it into the NFL on an NFL team. And you get in an argument and you have escalations to this magnitude? And you expect to be playing in the NFL? You don't think the NFL is going to look into this? Well, if you don't think so, then you're an idiot. Well, we already know you're an idiot for doing this. Got to be locked up behind bars, dude. You ought to be upside down, hung upside down by your feet, your ankles. Oh my gosh. And then let her have her way with you. How's that? How would you like to be dragged down the driveway? Huh? I mean, you're a defensive tackle. You're not a small guy. You're a big dude. And you do this to a female that is the mother of your 11-month-old son. And for whatever argument you got into, doesn't matter. This should never, ever be happening. You don't do this to somebody else. I don't condone violence in any way, shape, or form, and especially against women. Especially against women. You don't do this. Period. Let me continue. And then pushing her head through a wall. Was it a styrofoam wall? I doubt it. Is it a wall in the house? Like, let's say, a drywall? Most likely. And pushing someone's head through a wall is going to hurt drastically. You got ears out here. You get caught and it pulls. It rips. Your head hits first. You can get a concussion. Massive head trauma. How hard did? Well, he had to hit her. He had to push her hard to get her head through the wall. Didn't say that he pushed her head into the wall. It said he pushed her head through a wall. All of this is uncalled for. Totally uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled for. Let me continue. The Broncos, thank goodness not the Broncos. The Browns released a statement, and I quote, "We are in the process of gathering more information, and we will have no further comment at this time," end quote. Of course you won't, because you're the Cleveland Browns, and if you're gonna condone this and not cut this guy right now, just cut him off the team right now. You're not going to do it because you took on Deshaun Watson, who did pathetic things as well. And you took him on. Why? Because it's all about the almighty dollar. What can this guy do to bring us wins? What can this guy do to help us get to the playoffs? That's what it's about. It's not about integrity. It's not about integrity. It's not about doing the right thing. It's about money. It's about wins. It's about fans in the stands. It's not about integrity. And the NFL had better do something about this guy. They had better do something. If they don't suspend this guy for at least a year, then the NFL has lost the integrity as far as I'm concerned. And yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm frustrated. Does this involve the Denver Broncos? No, but it involves the NFL. That's what it involves, the NFL. And by involving the NFL, it's a direct reflection on what the NFL stands for. And if the NFL does not do something with Mike Hall, then there are serious problems within the NFL organization. Absolutely, with the NFL organization as a whole. Cleveland Browns didn't do anything about Deshaun Watson. They welcomed him with open arms. And if they keep this guy, Mike Hall, on the team, after everything that's come out in this report, and it's been proven, he has a court date, and it's been proven, then he needs to be cut from the NFL forever. Never come back. I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you're going to be the next greatest, defensive tackle. I could care less. You don't do this whatsoever, period. And you're not just a jackass of the week. You are the jackass of 2024 so far, because this is totally uncalled for. And I sure hope to heck that the NFL bans him for life, but at least ban him for a year and then look at it again. But in my opinion, he needs to be kicked out of the NFL right now. But it's the Cleveland Browns. So I don't expect Cleveland to get rid of him. I'll be shocked if they do, because after all, they still have Deshaun Watson. Whew. All right, guys, let me back out of that jackass of the week so I can kind of take a shower after that one. All right, guys, I'll see you in just 4 seconds.
You suck, you jackass.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm sorry, guys. I get wound up on stuff like this. I really do, because it just totally irritates me. Absolutely irritates me. These guys do not have any control. They think they're above the law. They think they can do whatever they want. Hey, man, I'm drafted in the NFL. Do you know who I am? Yeah, I know who you are. You're a jackass. That's what you are. You're a freaking jackass. A piece of SH is what you are. Plain and simple. You're the one that did it, not me. Not me. I don't do stuff like that. I get angry. I don't get that angry. It takes a lot to get me angry, but I don't do stuff like that. Stupid. And you know what? Now that I thought about it, I kind of hope she sues him. I really do. I want this guy to go down the porcelain fixture faster than you can flush it. This guy is a piece of scum. All right, I move on. Let's go back to the chat before I freaking really lose my mind. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver 1014 is in the chat. Dreamweaver says Cleveland is garbage. Absolutely. And so is Mike Hall. That's for sure. Don't blame Bill, blame the cup. That's goes back to Mark from Georgia says, I think the jackass of the week is that Karlovich Cup. Oh, golly, man. You guys are not going to let me forget some of the things I say. That's for dang sure. Kamani says, Bill, we with you, but you're turning purple. Yeah, I get wound up, dude. I really do get wound up because I just don't like this stuff. I don't. And the only reason why I bring it is because it's out there. That's how stupid these guys are. I mean, the guy, he's on the verge of making millions of dollars and stuff, and he's going to throw it away because he cannot control his anger for whatever reason. Walk away. You're having an argument, walk away. Who cares? Big deal. Be a man. Don't be a freaking punk. Don't be a freaking punk. That's what you are. And now you are in big kimchi. Hot water. Big time hot water. No, Madungus, I never put ding-dongs in my cup. No, I don't have a Karlovich cup, and I don't have any ding-dongs. Thank you very much. Mark says, what's funny is he edited his own cuss word. Well, that's what was in the article. So I just read it the same way as the article. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to read it the way it is. I mean, it's all good, man. Okay. But Dungus, I'm not even going to put that up there. Oh, what the heck. If I don't, you'll find a way to do it, so I might as well. But Dungus Creevy says, takes cream filling to a new level. Thank you, Madungus. You just totally took the show right down to the bottom, man. Right down to the bottom. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Dreamweaver 1014 said Tyreek Hill is still glorified after his episodes of violence. I know, and that's what irritates me. That's what irritates me because they shouldn't be. It's like I said, it's all about the money and all about, hey, you're a great athlete. You can help us win games. You can help us go to the playoffs. You can help us bring fans into the stands. That's what it's all about. It should not be that way. It shouldn't be that's what it's about. It should be about integrity. It should be about what is forthright and good for the game. Not about wins and losses and what you can do for me. Oh, by the way, it doesn't matter if you beat her or put her head through a wall or put a gun to her head. It's okay. It's okay. Don't say nothing. You're okay. We like you. We're going to keep you. Don't worry about it. People are going to say stuff. We're just ignoring it. We're going to ignore it because we know you're really good. Until the NFL comes down and starts slapping these players and kicking them off the team for 1, 2, 3 years and finding they're living daylights out of them, these teams are continually to keep players like this. It's not good. It's not good for the game. It's not good for the league. It's absolutely not good for the league, period. And until NFL does something about it, it's going to continue. It's going to continue. And then somebody's going to end up getting killed. Somebody's going to end up seriously, doing something catastrophic before the NFL wakes up, if they ever do. That's exactly right, Mark. I agree. He said, wrong one. Mark says, Ray Lewis killed a man. He did. He was in the limousine with the guy, and he gets away with it. That's what I'm saying. It continues. It escalates. It keeps going. It's not right. It's not the way the NFL should handle things. They should handle it the way you got to have consequences for these guys doing things. And I just don't mean consequences from the police side of it or the crime side of it. Yes, that is true. But there needs to be consequences when it comes to your career. And if the NFL doesn't step up and enforce those consequences, it's going to continue. Oh, sure, they may get in trouble with the police and probation or whatever and whatnot, and maybe get a slap on the wrist from the NFL. But there needs to be harder consequences. You need to be kicked out of the league. I mean, if you're going to get kicked out of the league for betting on sports, betting on football, betting on sports, you're going to be kicked out for a year, like Wazarek of the Broncos. Then this is worse than that. This is far worse than that. He needs to be kicked out indefinitely. Period. End of discussion. No more comment. Done. Done. Gone. You know? No, I am not going to answer, Madungus. I know I fell for it. Thanks, Mark. You guys know I'm wound up. So you're getting my goat, so to speak. You know. Hey, Ty Walden, what's going on, man? Long time no see. Nice to have you in the chat, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. Really do appreciate it, bud. Thanks so much, man. No, Mark, he doesn't have to do it because I won't answer. I know it's my boss, but I'm on the show. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up before this thing goes down into, almost 2 hours, but really do appreciate each and every one of you for being in the chat. Let me go down the list to name each and every one of you before I get another phone call. Doggone it. All right. It is Madungus Creevy, followed by my brother-in-law, Rudy Torres. Continue on down. We got Kamani Dixon, Mark from Georgia. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Mile High Salute, DB for life. Big E Bronco, glad to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. D-Rock in the chat, of course. Love it. Keith O'Donnell, thank you so much for being in the chat. Let me continue on. I know there's others. Let's see. I don't want to skip anybody. All right, let me continue on. I know a lot of you guys really participated. Really do appreciate it. Cameron Parker, thank you so much for being in the chat. Thanks for jumping in. I really appreciate it. See anybody else I can find as I scroll down here. Looks like the same people. Don't want to miss anyone, like I said. Could you guys all take the time for being in here and busting my chops? Least I can do is I got Travis Johnson. Really do appreciate you. Thanks for being in the chat. I didn't bring up your comment. I didn't see it. Let me do it now. Simmons wasn't a winner. We had to purge that locker room from that losing mentality. We don't need him. Steve Atwater is the best safety in Broncos history. Wow. Whoo. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. I really did like Steve Atwater. Don't get me wrong. But I really like Justin Simmons, man. I really like Justin Simmons. We'll see where it goes. Travis. But I really do appreciate you being in the chat. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. All right. Moving on. See if I don't. Again, Dreamweaver. Wow. 10. Let me get back to that. Dreamweaver 1014. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your comments in the chat. Continuing on. Man, it's gonna takes me a while to get down to the very end of this. That's for sure. You guys are always so very active. I really do appreciate it, especially when Madungus Creevy's in the chat. He gets everybody going. That's for sure. Let me see anybody else I'm seeing. Ty Walden, thanks so much for being in the chat. Don't want to miss you. Haven't seen you in a while, so thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. You guys have been outstanding, fantastic, like always. Really do appreciate each and every one of you for watching wherever you may be, listening in, chiming in on the chat, all those comments, busting my chops, all those good things. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Guys, we have shows Monday through Friday coming up the rest of this next coming week. Enjoy your weekend as it begins here as soon as I get out of here. Thank you guys so very, very much once again for being in. Have a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Until next Friday night, have a fantastic weekend, whatever you may be doing. Until next Friday, guys, we will talk to you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flame out. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute,